Hey there, language learners. Welcome back to the channel. So great to be with you. We've had a lot of new people signing up to the site, connecting with me on Twitter, emailing me, getting into our online card game groups for language learning. And it's been a little while since I've made a video that actually shows the game that we're using and how to play it. So I want to put an up-to-date video out there and then show you what it's like and encourage you to come out and join us before the end of the year. There's still time to get in on the action. Probably later in December, I'm going to put a pause on the online games so that we all can enjoy the holidays with our families. And there's no telling quite exactly when I'll start back. I definitely need a break from all the hard work that I've been putting in, and I want to, enjoy the holidays and the new year with my family. But let's take a look at this game. So it's called Heading Into Language Land. This is a game that I've designed as a language learner to inspire and motivate other language learners, especially those who like games, especially those who like the genre of fantasy. Heck, I even made my own game card to represent me in this game and design my own character, which is something that I can do for you too. We've had a couple players and fans design their own card with me. But this game has over 100 different topics that you would speak about in your target language, whatever that target language may be. As you play, you're going to get to move around freely where you want to go, flip over cards, roll a dice to select your topic, and then you would speak about the topic in single words, short phrases, or complete sentences according to your ability level. So it's whatever you feel comfortable with. We welcome all levels of people to come and play with us. And we usually have high level or native level speakers of the target language in the room to help correct us and guide us. Currently, we have active groups for Mandarin, Spanish, Japanese, and Turkish, and they're in a rotation. So every Saturday, a different language. We're playing every Saturday at 9 a.m. New York City time, and the games usually last about an hour. But let me show you how we actually set up and play the game. And if you want to learn more or sign up to play or see the schedule, just visit languagecardgames.com. Okay, but when we play the online game, what we usually do is we have a Zoom call or a Google Meets call open so that players can chat because this game site, it doesn't have like a live chat function. So we have our video call going on. And then we're also in the game room. So when you come in, you would sit down, choose where you want to sit, um, type in your name, grab a pawn. Your points counter is already set to 3. And then over here, you would choose the character card that you want and put it under your name. Once all the players choose their characters, these remaining characters will get shuffled into the deck, and then we pull out these cards to create the board. So one of the unique features of this game is that we use the cards to build the board, and we can build the board really into any shape that we want. A grid is maybe most convenient, but you can build large boards, small boards, different sized boards, whatever you want. We have a virtual version of this game with no grid there, just empty open space. So that can be fun to experiment with. But in this game, what you're going to do first when it's your turn is flip over a card next to your current position. All players start on the side of the board next to where they are. You would flip over a card next to your current position, see what it is. Now, depending on what type of card it is, there's going to be slightly different actions, but we don't really have to get into the weeds right now. But there's special pickups, there's special locations, there's enemies, and there's allies. There's basically 4 or 5 different card types. So depending on what you flip over, maybe the actions will be slightly different. But basically, you're going to roll the dice and find out what topic you have to speak about. Now, this guy's an enemy to me, and we know that because his name is an opposite color from me. So I will look at my guy, my character, to activate my powers to defeat him. That's basically what's going to happen when you encounter an enemy. So I roll the dice, the number is 2. I have to speak about a country in my target language. So if I can do that successfully, then the enemy will be defeated. He goes up to there. I pull down a new card from the deck to fill the empty space, and then I can successfully move to there. So in a lot of games, you would roll the dice first and then move your pawn to find out where you go. That doesn't happen in this game. The very first thing that you would do is flip over a card next to where you currently are, and that shows where you want to go, where you hope to go. So I could go to any one of these three cards next to me now. If I click one to flip over, let's see what I find. Okay, it's a location. If I want to enter a location, and we know it's a location, by the way, because it says location under the name. If I want to enter a location, I have to roll the dice and speak about a topic on that location. So I got a 5, a brand name. Okay. So generally in this game, topics 2 and 3 tend to be easier. Topics 4 and 5 tend to be harder, but that's not always the case. Some cards are generally more difficult or more easy than others. But in this case, I would speak about a brand name in my target language, and if I can do that, I can enter this special place. Every time you speak successfully, by the way, you're going to get a point. I forgot to add my point for the last turn for beating this enemy. And then I would get another one for entering this special location. The thing is, when we play this game online, we always have a host who knows what to do. And we have so many veteran players now who also know what to do. So you're going to be in good company and they're going to tell you step by step what to do until you get the hang of it. Once you get the hang of it, you're going to start to experience the exponential results. The gameplay is going to go a lot faster. You're going to be going through a lot more topics. And one of the recent games we had, one of our hosts, Ian, mentioned that they pretty much went through all the cards in the deck. So it takes a little bit of learning at first how to play the game, but then it gets to be really, really fun and the replay value is really high because people say different things every time we play. And again, there's over 100 different topics in the game. So one more thing I'll mention before we go is that let's say another player's there and you move to the same space as them. Well, then you can go head to head, you can battle. And you would speak about topics on your cards, they would speak about topics on theirs. And the winner of that remains on the space and earns a point. And the loser gets knocked off the board and loses 1 point, but they can come back in on their next turn. And then generally how we play, how to figure out the winner, quote unquote, that we don't really care about who wins and loses. If we all learn, we all win, right? But basically we try to play as long as we can until the hour's up. And then, whoever has the most points wins. If you ever get reduced to 0 points, your character dies, you lose, you're out of the game. But I mean, we usually play in a very encouraging and supportive way. We're not super competitive in that way. Our main goal is to learn to help each other, and we often suggest answers to each other or look up answers as we play. So I hope you'll come out to join us. I hope you will step outside of your comfort zone and try something new. One of the big problems I see in this day and age is people are doing a lot of study in isolation, and then they wonder why it's so hard to actually use their language in real life scenarios. Well, you have to remember to build in more time speaking with real people and actually making friends to share your journey with. It's a whole different ball of wax when you actually have to think on the spot and create on the spot. You have to be more adaptable, more quick, stay on your toes. And it's fun to see people come out and try this when they're new. Maybe at first they struggle just a little bit, but they see the value of what we're doing. And then once they get more familiar with the game and more familiar with the people, they really start to open up. They really start to flower. And we've had a lot of players sort of move up through the ranks from being very shy and introverted to actually becoming our best players and even coaches and hosts related to, what we're doing here. So if you're at all interested, I recommend you come out to try it. You can leave me a comment on this video if you want to learn more. You can email me if you want to learn more. You can reach me at languagecardgames@gmail.com. And you can also visit the website languagecardgames.com. You'll see the upcoming schedule of events and the sign up form to play. But that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you back here next time. Bye bye for now.